Good start, Smith. Good start. Hey everyone. Join me as I show my nips, eat popcorn, and drink Pepsi Max creamy soda. Maybe I won't eat the popcorn because the microphone's gonna... You know what? Maybe I won't do this. Join me as I rush through this video so that I can get to my popcorn. Maybe I will eat popcorn. Join me as I eat popcorn while reviewing my deadlifts. I am just as God made me. Well, I doubt anyone or anything made me like this. I am just as God allowed me to become. Why would God allow or create the things that happened to me that allowed or created me to be this version of Michael if it wasn't meant to be? I am going to eat popcorn because I can't stop, but I'm afraid that the noise is going to ruin everything, and I'm worried about my nips in case I get banned off YouTube for... I'll probably get shared more if I show my nips. That's how the world is. As it should be. All right. What am I doing? All right, guys, girls, ladies, fellas. I'm going to review my deadlifts and compare getting 292.5 kilos yesterday to missing it 2 months ago. Quickly chat about the deadlift cycle that I did. I put on a bit of weight. I trained. It was going good. Then it wasn't going good, but then I got more than what I got last time. But I still can't get 300. But I tried it. I've got a video here of me trying 300. And it's okay. I just thought I would share because I like thinking about it, talking about it. And I know back in the day, and still to this day, I would appreciate if people shared what they learnt. And I'm interested in technique and programming, obviously. And I always have been since I started in strength training. The programming and the numbers and the technique side of things has just always interested me. And I would gobble up everything from Louis Simmons, the fast-talking bloody... Rest in peace. Listen to everything from him. I listened to everything from Juggernaut, Ben Pollack when he was doing stuff before whatever he's doing now. Who else did I listen to on YouTube? Man, I was on bodybuilding.com. Chris Gethin, 12-week trainer. Scott Herman Fitness, he was the one putting out stuff back when I was getting involved in this type of stuff. And then obviously got involved in CrossFit and watched everything they put out. And then, Strong Lifts, 5x5, everything they put out. Squat Every Day with John Bros from Average Bros Gym. All the programs, all the knowledge, everything. And I still don't know it all. Obviously, that's not the goal, but we know more. And then we share knowledge. Shut up, Michael. No one even asked a question. Imagine me on an interview. How long have I? 3 minutes in. Here's me. I'm going to keep this to 8 minutes or less. Shut up. Here's me deadlifting. Just watch this. Just watch this and enjoy the video, will you? Here's me deadlifting 292.5 kilos. Nice. Got the down call. Strap was slipping. Take a look again. Watch this. Take a look at my thumb here. I freaking move it, and then I move that one. So this moves pretty well off the floor. I believe people have asked what I think I could have got. I think if this had... I couldn't lift anything after this. I wouldn't have been able to do this even... I don't even think I would have got 290 after this or 280. Right? This took a lot of physical and mental and spiritual psyching up and effort, right? But the speed off the floor, for anyone who knows what to look for when, the speed off the floor is good. And then have a look at my thumb, this one here. Speed off the floor is good. And then my strap starts slipping, and that's actually why I slow up at the top. If you have a look, it looks like off the floor, which is how I would gauge my deadlifts, I would have got 295, but because the strap was slipping, I slowed up a little, and I actually moved my thumbs accidentally. I'm going to zoom in here. Look at me move my thumbs. Can you see that? Beep. It's like they're about to get in the way of my legs, and kind of the friction skin on skin would create a hassle. So I subconsciously move my thumb around the other side. So one thing to mention is I really want to get better with figure eights. I just don't like them. They feel loose and horrible. But even with heaps of chalk and some good straps, when I get to the knee, it starts to move a little bit. And anything that's moving, guys, when something is moving, that's why straps help so much more than mixed grip. They definitely help. Anything that's moving, it's impossible or really hard / impossible to give full force. If something is fixed, what's an example? If something is attached to you, like literally stuck to you, you will be able to put as much force as you like and can into it. If there's any type of balance involved, or you're holding onto something, or balance, I guess would be the best word, you will not be able to put all your force into it because your body's moving. It'd be like when people push press holding the bar like this instead of push pressing with the bar attached to you. When something is on you, you can put full force in. So straps help, absolutely, in case you didn't know that. But when the strap starts slipping, my body naturally, I'm not thinking, I'm just thinking stand up. I wasn't thinking move my thumb or anything like that. I'm not thinking of going slow. The body will slow up when things are slipping. So I need to figure out the strap business. Anyway, here's me missing, that's John benching. Here's me missing 292. Sorry for the order of these. Oh, it hasn't come through yet. Yes, it has. That frustrated the hell out of me. Sorry if it frustrated the hell out of you. 2 months ago, I don't know exactly how many weeks, but pretty much 2 months ago, here's me missing 292. And then I just done my belt up there. I did my belt up a bit tighter than the previous lift, so I loosened it. I hope you listen to this. I loosened the belt, and then within that 60 seconds, went again, and look how much better this was. Really went for it because I had a lot of belief. And I think on that, it's almost above the knee. I think on that day I probably could have done 292. I was a kilo lighter, and I'd been sick the week before, so I think I was that's a pretty good effort, right? I just mentioned the belt thing because at this comp on the weekend, before my attempt again, I'm in between belt. I could get it one tighter. And I kept thinking, because I was standing up and I could kind of put a finger in there and it wasn't as tight as I could. But I remember, no, last time I did it tighter and it didn't help. When I'm this body weight and this size, having the belt as tight as possible isn't as good as just having it pretty tight and comfortable. When I'm lighter, when I'm 80, cranking it feels better. That's something that I've learnt just through doing it. Here's my opener on the weekend of 270. That's amazing. That has to be on par with last time I opened at 265. Here it is. Far out. I know it's 5 kilos difference. I wonder if it's a different bar. I warmed up on this Valhalla strength bar. Do you reckon this one's whippier? Does anyone know? I think I was on a Rogue Ohio bar. Far out. That's a good 265. That was a strong day for me. But I didn't get 292. So there's my 270. There's the compared. So there's the comparison. Here's my attempt at 300. I haven't shared it anywhere yet. Really did psych up and give it my all. Got it off the ground. So I have lifted 300. Just couldn't lock it out. But I have lifted it. So yeah, the belt, that's something to learn. The straps, that's something to learn. Last time I blamed not getting 300 and not even getting the 292 on getting sick the week prior. And that's a legitimate excuse. This time I put on more weight. And the first couple of weeks, I got a deadlift PB. I think I did 230 for 7 PB, 240 for 6 PB. And then I wanted to hit 255 for 4. Is it this video? But I was tired on a Friday night. I decided to go for 250 instead. This is my third week going for a PB in a row and body weight going well. And this was a PB, sorry. 250 for 4. Yeah, that moves well. It just felt trollop, guys. This week felt trollop. 250, this is in the lead up to the last prep. It just felt average warming up. This set took a lot out of me, whereas the 2 weeks prior felt really good. And I was training a lot less for this competition. I put my deadlifts out to every 8 days instead of every 7 days. I was deadlifting every 8 days. I don't think I ever put it out to 9 or 10. But one thing I've learnt, and that looks, yeah, my back was hell rounded. So I know that looks fine, but I just know how it felt. It was average. It felt very average. I'm not going to be able to find my way back to... I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. So what I learned, guys, with this prep, went up in body weight, and the first few sessions and the first few weeks felt really strong with the body weight. I really did feel good, and the deadlift PBs were showing. My technique was dialed in. I was training less. At the start, I was training every second day. So it was instead of 4 days in a 7-day period, I was training 4 days over an 8-day period. So it felt like a little bit more rest. My training was a lot shorter, a lot more higher intensity, one set of deadlifts, and then my accessory work was just high intensity training. So one set to failure of everything, always followed by a day or two off. And I felt so good for the first half, and the body weight was going up, and it helped my body weight go up and still feel lean. Like, to be 90 kilos and like this actually is really good for me. So really happy with the training and what I've learned and what I've changed. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't do heavy deadlifts every week. So splitting them out 8 days, that was a great start. Training less, great, on the right track, Smitty. But should have either had a light week thrown in there, or speed week, or just not deadlifted and just done my my leg day training with the hitting the quads, hitting the glutes, hitting the hammies. And maybe from now on, I think I'm going to deadlift heavy every second week. Every 14 days, I should say. So maybe in between that 4 days, maybe I do some speed work, or maybe I do some medium volume. I really think, what's the point? What's the point in medium volume? Technique is the answer, technique. So maybe 1 week heavy, 1 week speed is going to work for now. And the reason I bring this up is it's the weights that I'm lifting at this body weight. So I am at my genetic potential. It is like, I still think I can do 300 at this body weight, but would need, a stress-free prep, sleeping better, maybe eating better, living better, just a stress-free napping and things like that. Could you imagine, like back in the day? I think that would help. So to really get everything out of this body. The weights that I'm lifting, doing 230 for 7, then the next week 240 for 6, that's mega for me. Maybe it's not for you, for the bigger boys. It can be relative to where you're at in your cycle. So I guess I'm talking to the people that maybe you just got to know after a while that you're near your limit, your natural limit. And I'm talking about natural stuff here. When you know you're near your natural limit because the gains have just slowed up and maybe just taking years between PBs, and you can compare yourself to other people in the world, and there's not a lot of people that are naturally doing more than you. And if they are natural and doing more, is it just because their body type suits it? Like if you weigh 85 to 90 kilos, guys, and you're natural, but you'll feel like you're capped out at 240, 250, that makes sense. Because if you don't have a deadlift body, what I meant to say is I've got a deadlift body. I'm good at deadlifts. I've got long arms. I've also got long legs. I'm not perfect for it, but it's a pretty natural looking, feeling, good lift for me. So this is me at my genetic potential. Don't even worry about body weight really, but if you're a light natural up around these weights, I just don't think I should have deadlifted every 8 days even heavy in this prep. That's what I'm saying. Because the first 2 weeks were great. Week 3 was like I was a bit tired and it didn't go too good. The next week I hit 265 for 2 sets of 2 because the strap slipped on the second one, so I went again. They felt pretty hard, and then the next week I think I wanted 285 to get a training PB. Didn't get it. Sorry, guys. What I thought I'd show you is my last deadlift session. Here's 275. This is when I wanted to hit 285, and that was my second shot at. So the week that I wanted to hit a training PB leading into the competition, technique was off. I was just off, Saturday morning, bit tired, technique and just off. And that's the same bar that I think I used, the Rogo Higher bar. So that's, have a look at this. This is 15 days before the competition. That's 275 versus 270 competition days. This is what rest can do for you. Same person. Guys, that's 5 kilos less than what I'm missing in the other video, okay? So I wanted to bring that up as well. Rest, deloading you'd call it. So I always do really well on a deload for competition, but I think it's because I'm overtraining during training. So to not be able to get 275 when I've done 282 at near this body weight in training, I was overtrained, even with 8 days off between deadlifts. Now, the accessory work that I was doing, pushing the legs, was also a lot harder. I have put on a little bit of size with the weight, and I think I've near maxed out my muscle mass. So I was training, although I was training brief and putting on weight, I was still training really hard, and there's no guarantee. I know we all train weekly. We train on a 7-day split. You got your 4-day split within a 7-day period. Guys, that's just we make that up as coaches and programmers. We just make that up to suit your lifestyle because you do the same thing on a Monday every week. You do the same thing on a Saturday every week. So it's a way that we can structure things. There's no reason that you have to deadlift every 7 days. There's nothing in any studies or science or literature that says that for best results, deadlift every 7 days. You need to deadlift regularly to get better at deadlifts. And then as you get stronger or as you're pushing harder, your volume, frequency, and recovery needs to match. And I knew that going into this, so that's why I trained less. And I was doing less, one top set, but the fatigue was still really high. Even on one top set of everything that I do, the fatigue is really high. And I found out, for me, with these weights, 7 to 8 days wasn't enough. 7 to 8 days for you, where you're at, might be absolutely perfect for now. So don't listen to the days that I'm saying, like how I'm going to deadlift every 14 days. All I'm saying is I'm going to stretch out my deadlifts. So maybe you can try stretching out your heavy deadlifts. I really would think, for girls, don't even worry about this stuff before you get 140 kilo deadlift. Just deadlift once a week, you'll get to 140. You can deadlift twice a week, 1 day speed, 1 day heavy. Guys, 200. I've seen it so many times. You can deadlift once a week heavy, once a week either speed work or paused or snatch grip or deficits or Romanians or heavy hamstring work or something like that. You can deadlift twice a week. For most people at the average height, average body weight. Once you're getting up to guys, once you've hit a 230 for some people, to get to 250, 260, it's just going to take a different approach. You're going to have to push a little bit harder some weeks, and then you might do something like 3 or 4 weeks building and then a week off, 3 or 4 weeks building, week off, 2 weeks, week off. Okay, so things change. Things change as you get stronger and the weights you're dealing with. I believe once you're getting near your upper limits, the answer is you have to push harder in training. You can't get away with sets of 5 at 60% anymore. It's fatiguing still, but when you get stronger, when you're up near this level, you have to push harder in training and then adjust your frequency, adjust how often you train to suit that. The intensity has to come first. The heavy weights has to come first. I've done so many deadlift sessions now and so much speed work. It would honestly be probably 1,000 deadlift sessions in total. Yes, I still need to practice deadlifts, but do I need to do them twice a week? Or if I have a week off, is it really going to affect me? I just thought I would share that, guys. I just thought I would share how some of the lifts look. What else can we watch? Let's watch the successful one again. 292.5, 2.5 kilo all-time PB. And when I hit 290 in like 2017 or 2018, ages ago, there was 1 or 2 bumpers on there as well. So it makes a world of difference with speed off the floor. Having bumpers with a deadlift bar is easy. So the most I have deadlifted with metal plates only, calibrated plates only, might be the 282.5 that I've done in training. So yeah, this is a PB, all-time PB for me for sure. Maybe quite a big one. All right off the floor. Yeah, I think if that had been 295 and my straps had been just okay, like the same as they've done here, not any worse, then I would have got 295. Judging by this lift here, there's 300 wasn't there. Not with this lift. If I'd psyched up more or done something more. Let me look. Oh, no. Even before the strap starts moving, the speed that gets at now, it's arguable. But 295. 295 was there, but not after this. That would have had to be 295. And who cares if I get 295? Like, might as well got 292.5 and got the PB. Like, they're all the same if it's not 300. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you found something valuable for this. I know I was just talking crap and it was all over the place and it's probably gone for 3 hours. But yeah, hopefully you learned something or just found it entertaining at the least. If I can give you a hand with deadlift at all, technique, programming, learning how to do speed work and things like that, please send me a message and shout out. Go Schmitz. Very proud of myself and this little body of mine. Just as God made me, just as God allowed me to be. Pretty damn cool. See you, everyone.